Hey everyone, and welcome back to Millie and Billie No Ball, episode 11.
Yes. So exciting. We can't wait. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be one of the funniest, best episodes so far. I hope.
I'm really looking forward to just sitting down and having a chat with Millie because we've both been busy gals, and our past few episodes, it's been with guests or just me having a solo one. So it's gonna be good just to have some chats because this is what I love most, and our yapping is what started this whole thing off. So it's gonna be good. What have you been up to though, Millie?
Not a whole lot, honestly. Just training, playing, the usual. It's actually been really nice still in Halifax. It's been in the 20s. Which
Lucky.
is
What the
nice.
hell?
Yeah, what is it like in Birmingham?
To be fair, it's like sunny, but like this week all of a sudden I'm wearing coats again.
Right, okay.
I haven't been particularly busy. It's just been like
I feel like
life.
you have been busy.
But I've just kind of realized that like that's just what adult life is like. Like I was like, when am I gonna get a break? Like when do I have my rest and do nothing time? And I was like, oh, that's actually like not what people do in life. Like you don't get that.
You just have to push through.
Yeah, you just like I was like, yeah, I've had a weekend, but I don't really feel like I've had a break. Like I need to just do nothing. But I don't get to do that. So that's kind of been a big wake up call for me. Yeah. That's been something that may seem obvious, but yeah, realizing that you actually just have to work in life. Big one.
Damn, that's tough. But you're going home soon, which is so exciting.
Yes, this time next week I'll be back home in New Zealand, catching my flight on Tuesday. Cheeky 27-hour journey. Gonna be awesome. Most excited to see my dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so jealous. I want to see my dog so bad.
So bad. That's what I'm honestly like most excited about. Like, could not describe to you how much I've missed that tiny little fellow. I missed his 11th birthday, so gonna have to have a little celebration. Take him on walks. He lost a little bit of weight earlier in the year, so we were like, oh, is this king getting old? But the little fatty has put that back on, and he's back kicking about, chasing those balls, and he's getting lots of compliments at the dog park on his little scarf. So I just can't wait to see it. That's what I'm really excited for.
The little fatty. That's like when I went home from the US last year. My dad took our dog to the airport to pick me up, and literally, it was so cute. But I was like, "What did you eat? Like, who did you eat? Like, he was humongous." It was like, you really let our dog go here. Like, he is obese. And I had to put him like on exercise program because they just were like overfeeding him. And I was like,
why was Opie in bulking season?
He was like winter arc, but like bulking arc. Like it was ridiculous. And then he had to like do a little shred before summer.
Yeah, his sister put him on that cart.
Oh, yeah, I put him on the cart.
So today we asked, well, over the past few days, we asked the listeners to fill out a little form and share with us their most embarrassing sports-related stories. And I was really pleasantly surprised. They were really amusing.
Some good ones.
Do you want to share your most embarrassing? Can you think of any? Your most embarrassing story?
Yeah, I've definitely like ate shit a bunch of times. But like, I just feel like it happens so often that I'm like, you know what? Gotta move on.
I think me playing netball in general was embarrassing because I was so bad. I feel like maybe I've shared this before. I don't know if I have, but in year 3, I was really good at cross country. And then the next year, I built like my anxiety around it up so much that I knew. Did I share this?
Yeah.
I knew there was going to be a hill coming up at the start, so I practiced like falling over onto the hill. And so I did that at the start so that I didn't have to do it because I was so anxious that I wouldn't do as well as I did the previous year.
That's hilarious.
And then again, this is even embarrassing. This is like skills from me. Like, this is a hack. That's what you should do. Because making up a fake illness to get out of cross country, that's embarrassing. But faking an injury for cross country isn't embarrassing because then it looks like you tried. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, who can argue with falling over? I think in year 7, me and my best friend Lexi, at it was like lunchtime before cross country, or like the day before. There was poles, and we bashed our foreheads into the poles, and so we had a lump, and then said that we ran into each other so that we didn't have to do cross country.
Bro. That's wild. That is wild. It's gonna be some illness or something. That's actually insane.
I wasn't even that bad at running either, but for some reason, the fear of it,
Yeah.
waiting behind the start line and you're
No,
waiting for
the
that noise.
anxiety before, like, cross country's athletics days, like, you knew it was coming the week before. Like, as soon as you thought about it, like, you just feel sick to your stomach. It was awful.
I was more anxious for cross country or swimming sports or athletics than I was for any of my exams that were actually important.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
Everyone's there. It's awful, honestly.
It was
And
Olympics back
yeah,
then. Like, that was the pinnacle of life.
I think the last few years of high school wasn't that bad for cross country because I remember when, like, my parents told me about cross country, they said, "Oh, we used to jump over fences and run through the mud," and I was like, "Wait, that sounds so awesome." And that was kind of what it was like at high school. Like, we had to go through mud and
Oh, that is
go around
fun.
these things. That was more fun because I was like,
Yeah.
but when you're
Like, a
just
little
going
more
around like a
cross country.
field,
It's
it's like,
literally just a run. Like, it's not.
oh,
Yeah.
or in intermediate school, we literally ran through Ponsonby.
Yeah, it's not fun at all.
And especially in intermediate school age, because you're a little bit awkward, like, you don't really want to be sweaty. And it was just kind of,
Yeah, like, you finish
and also,
bright red
like,
face.
yeah, like, it's not, but normally after a sports team, you have a shower, but at that age, like, no one was showering after that cross country. You weren't showering. It was disgusting stuff. Anyway, what was your most embarrassing moment? Sports moment?
Honestly, probably, like, recently, it was jumping into a pole and having to wear that, like, big-ass bandage around my head. Looking back at that, I don't think I'll ever live that down. That scars me. I also remember in, like, primary school, we were doing, like, high jump practice, and I don't know why we were doing it because the grass was wet, but, like, I fully, like, ate shit and, like,
Bro,
fell
at
into
least you
the
could do high
pole.
jump. I couldn't get over the 1 meter one.
Probably, yeah. Probably, like, got, like, mud all over my ass, like, it was so bad. And then in soccer, I feel like I've run into a fair amount of, like, mannequins and stuff like that, but, I mean, that comes with the job. I feel like everyone's
that was
done
kind
that.
of like a thing though. Like, at some stage when I was playing football, I would say it was probably like 12 to 14. Like, I wanted to get really muddy. So then, like, after a match, even though I was playing like real average division, again, lots of average sports actually for me, I would really just want to get lots of mud on the knees, like maybe a little bit on the
Yeah.
face, like a little accessory. And so then
Battle
after, I'd be like,
scars.
oh, like, you look like you went through something.
No, for real, for real.
Going through something, playing like the Eastern Suburbs B team, like, oh, it was intense.
Doing a slide tackle just so you can get a little muddy to make it look like you've actually done something.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, oh yeah, like, it was a really intense match.
Hard day at the office today. Tough one out there, girls.
Hard day in the like northern, like, second division girls, under 14 girls division. It was mental.
It's
It was so tragic. Should we have a look at some of our ones that were sent in? This person got confused and shot a goal into the other team's hoop playing netball. That is embarrassing, but how have you gone and done that?
Yeah, and netball? Like, you're literally a goal keep, I'm assuming, or goal defense. Like, you should never be shooting the ball.
Maybe they were just learning,
Yeah, I'm gonna
but
hope that she was really
that's
young.
kind of that's next level.
Yeah. That's talent, though. Impressive.
That's talent.
Yeah, talent, impressive. Like, she might be the first person to do that.
Really? Um, this one sounds this is so like American Canadian. I love this. Should I read it in an accent?
Yeah, go for it.
I was at soccer tryouts for my junior high school team, and it was near the end of a game where I got the ball and ran right past everyone, and it was me versus the tiny 12-year-old goalkeeper. And I went to kick the ball on the wide open net, and I kicked it wrong, and it went the complete opposite direction. Like, I don't know how it was possible to miss it, but I did. I was not called up for the team.
Damn. I love
Didn't
that accent. That made the story like 10 times better.
It did. I did. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. No offense to who. Well, sorry. I saw junior high and I had to. I feel like I made it worse with the accent, but
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah, that's really rough.
Yeah.
And I
Happens
feel
to
like
everyone, though.
the age that happens at, that's something where if someone was watching, that sticks. Because people at that age, like, you do one thing wrong and you probably just get a nickname for the next 2 years. So yeah, I do feel bad for that one.
But
That's
I'm
really
sure
rough.
you've grown from that and living an amazing life now.
Yeah, clicks.
Absolutely.
This is a golf gal one. I love this.
Oh, yeah.
So first day with the golf development squad, and we went out to play. My first tee shot ball didn't go past the tee box. Was so embarrassed, but we've all been there. Yes, we have. But then it happened again this year. First time playing for a club after a few years. I was the second person to hit my tee shot in front of everyone, hit it about 20 meters. But went on to win the hole though, so it's okay. Oh,
Well, she still won the hole. That's like impressive.
yeah. I honestly, hitting a tee shot in front of people it's honestly a humiliation ritual. Like,
So real.
that is so scary. And in golf, your room for error is so small. Like, that's really hard. But queen for pushing through it. I love that.
Yeah. And I feel like when you're having people watch you, you always do like the worst shot. But like when you're doing it on your own, it's so much better.
Yeah, it's so hard. I love golf, but when people are playing behind me, my heart rate rises. I feel more nervous. And in order to play golf, I think you're best when you're relaxed. I know I am. Like, I always play better on the back nine than usually play better on the back nine than the front nine because I'm more practiced but more relaxed. But if anyone is behind me, even though they probably don't care at all, I feel like they want me to hurry up. Like, even though they're probably so fine, if they're behind me, I'm like, oh, they need me to hurry up. Like, I need to hurry up. No practice, we can take that shot. So I honestly think it's so impressive, anyone that plays golf for a club or in competitions, because that is so scary. And it's not like you have a teammate to blame it on, it's all on you. So that's really hard.
Yeah.
At Ames Games, I got a ball to the face and fractured my nose. It bled everywhere and I cried for my mum.
Damn, that is traumatic. Like, imagine that. That's really sad.
Yeah, again, that's a really susceptible age. Ames Games age. That's really
and like
sad.
I remember Ames Games, like the fields were so close together, everyone was around the field. That would have been a big scene.
The boy you were, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but the boy or girl, like, you were Snapchatting was probably there. So, yeah, embarrassing.
I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
Embarrassing. I'm sorry, but yeah, embarrassing. I came last in my ski racing trials when I was 11 and there were 8-year-olds faster than me.
I mean, I've never done ski racing, but I feel like it's kind of a niche sport, so, like, I feel like that's not that embarrassing if 8-year-olds were, because they've probably been doing it for years, I would assume.
I think the first time I did, like, a ski racing trial, I did pretty badly. Not that I was ever, like, good at it, but I think the first time I probably came below some 8-year-olds because if they've been skiing since
Yeah,
they were, like,
exactly.
out of the womb, then they're gonna be fast because it's all about
Probably little
technique.
professionals, yeah.
Yeah. So,
And
yeah,
ski
that's
racing, maybe it's better to be smaller, is that right? I don't know. I don't really know.
yeah, maybe the 8-year-olds just, like, went straight down, like
Feel more agile.
well, I guess you have to go like that, but if you're 8, they just go do 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 do. That maybe if you're a little bit older, it requires a little bit more. But if like I can imagine an 8-year-old just going no fair. Maybe
Yeah,
8, 11, your brain's just a little bit more developed and you're just being safer.
yeah. Either way, I'm still sorry for you.
Oh, ooh, ooh. Scored an own goal on my debut. My whole bloodline was there. Keeps up at night sometimes.
Oh, that's really tough, I can't lie. Own goal is tough.
No words for that one, honestly.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sorry
really
for that.
rough.
The whole bloodline as well, that's tough.
I was kind of hoping that I was going to be able to laugh at these, but they all just kind of had me going, oh,
Kinda sad. Kinda sad. My costume ripped in a dance performance. It was at school, so it was honestly worse than a dance company comp. I wonder, like, what part ripped? Because, like, it could not be bad. Like, if it was just maybe a little bit of the stomach
I think
or
from the
the
way it was
arm.
phrased, it's getting
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it is getting bad.
No, but yeah, dancing in front of your school, feel like it also, because at a dance competition, everyone there would be a little bit more understanding.
Yeah,
But if you're performing at school, not living that one down.
and you know everyone at the school and stuff like that,
Mm.
so yeah, that's
Like if it
tough.
was at a competition, the girls would be like, oh, she still ate that dance. But
Yeah. Again, your
that's
crush might be in the crowd, and that's okay. Last one. Was hungover at a game and threw up on the pitch. That sounds like a you era, to be honest. Like
yeah.
hungover and throwing up, like, oh
Maybe your teammates just thought that you like went so hard that you threw up and like running so much and putting
yeah,
your all in.
yeah,
I think when I was like 15, 16, I was probably had a few hungover matches. You won't relate to this, Millie, because you were locked in. But you have to you have to kind of know the level of hungover that you can be in order to play sports because I think there's different levels. If you're a tired headache, like you need to get yourself to a tired headache hungover instead of the like curled up in a ball on the floor with a bucket next to you hungover, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, know your limit because you can, and you can't, you care, you gotta put your teammates first. And if you're gonna be thrown up on the pitch, like,
That's tough as well, though, because imagine playing on that pitch. What if you fall over on that? Like, or slight crash on
oh,
that. That's what I was thinking instantly. I'm like,
oh
"Oh,
my
no, can't
God,
do that."
I wonder what they did. I didn't even think about that. Maybe I'm really hoping that they just like ran over to like the side and like, but imagine that you have a throw. Imagine a ball goes out and then you try and take the throw and like next to it and the ref's like nah 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 like right there. That's where the ball went out.
Or it rolls through the drop and you pick it up like, "Ooh, what's this?"
This is actually such a niche scenario. I wonder what would happen if that happened in a professional match.
That, like, it has happened, and they have to, like, spray water on the pitch.
Trigger warning, emetophobia. Yeah, sorry to our emetophobes. For that
But they
one.
just, like, put water on it, so but, like,
Ew.
still gross.
Ew, that's foul.
Still very gross. But,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and then there was I put a little additional question box on the form because I was like, why not? And there's a question for Millie. Now that you've played in the Northern Super League for a couple of months, what are your thoughts on the league?
I think it's great. I think it's really cool for all the Canadians over here. It means so much for them to have like a professional league and foster more talent because there's a lot of talent in this country that like didn't really get the opportunity to play professionally before. So I think it's really cool that now there's a platform to do that and it's making more girls continue to play football after college or university or whatever it is. It also gives young girls like a pathway to look forward to, which is cool.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important, especially for a powerhouse in soccer like
Mm.
Canada is. So I think that's cool. And yeah, like it's been fun to play in the league. Obviously, there are 6 teams, so we play everyone 5 times, which is quite extreme. But I'm sure as the league continues to grow, like everything will just continue to
Yeah.
develop. But I think the way the league's been set now has been like really impressive and it started off so strong and like I think it's already ahead of many other leagues, so it's just really impressive how like amazing it is so early, but I'm sure it will only continue to grow and get invested in, which is exciting.
It really seems like it's built for purpose and built for growth. Like, they didn't
Yeah,
just
for
set
sure.
up one thing and say, "This is how it's gonna be." I feel like they've set it up
Yeah.
really well. Have you noticed that, like, I don't know, attendance-wise or, like, people come to the games or the culture around it, have you seen that grow over the season?
Honestly, yes. Like at our games, we've had pretty consistent attendance, which is great. Other teams' games has been well attended as well. I know Toronto recently played in the BMO, I think it is, the
Mm.
stadium, which is the big one in Toronto.
That's pretty
So,
huge for a
yeah,
first season. That's
yeah.
really
So,
impressive, isn't it?
yeah, there's been like good engagement, and I know the
Mm.
social medias are continuing to grow and gain more traction. So, yeah, I think it has been growing
Mm.
and will only continue to as the season progresses and
Yeah.
more seasons come in the future.
Yeah, and I as well as about what you were saying about young girls having a pathway to look forward to because I feel it's such a thing when you're younger to have people to look up to, and when you get asked, like, "Oh, what do you wanna be when you grow up? What do you wanna do?" Having faces and names to put to a career pathway or a dream is so important because when you're younger, that's kind of what you latch on to, and if there's no one to represent that, I feel it's way harder to get that traction going.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
so
feel like that's
important to have
awesome.
like
Yeah.
visual female role models,
Mm.
to look up to. So, yeah, there are
Yeah.
so many young girls coming to the games and young boys, which I think is really cool. You can just see their eyes light up when they watch the game. So, yeah, I think it's really
Oh,
exciting
that's
and
awesome.
yeah, it's great. Great to have
Yeah.
a league in Canada.
If you want some visual representation, you just have to go to Rebel Sport Morningside, uh, see some Millie Clegg visual representation.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's so underground, but, like, every couple of months, I just get random, like, messages from, like, random people being like, "I just saw you in Newmarket Rebel Sport. I just saw you in Morningside Rebel Sport. I just saw you in" like, I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
I once accidentally stole shin pads from Rebel Sport Morningside, and I walked out with them, and then I got in the car, and I was like, "What haven't I done?" I was like, "Ooh, I haven't paid for these." So I ran back in, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, like, I forgot to pay for the shin pads." And they were like, "Thank you so much for coming back in. Like, we really appreciate it." And I was like, "Guys, guys,
Course.
of course."
Of course. Oh, that's funny. Okay, next question. How do you guys finding Messi?
Right now, I'm in a phase. I love it, like, it's just uni for me at the moment. I think it's the best thing for me, but right now it's really hard, so I probably won't get the best opinion. I feel like the past few semesters I've just been, "Oh, yeah, la da da da," like, trotting through it, and then all of a sudden it's just like, wow, hard. So, I think the way it's set up is good for what it is.
I mean, for me, I have no complaints over, like, how it's run.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's very easy to navigate and all the
Mm.
resources are there, and you can obviously contact your supervisors or whoever it
Yeah,
is that you
all
need
the,
help
like,
from.
tutors and lecturers are really helpful. If you have something going on, they're usually pretty good with just helping you out, and they're there to help you, and it's their job it is their job to assist you, and I think if you use the resources that they give you, it's really good.
But I just don't think we have great reviews right now because, like, I just think at the moment it's such a grind, and I'm just like, "You know what? Just, like, get through it and then some off." But, I mean, it's not a messy issue, it's more of a motivation issue.
Yeah, it's just us. It is, as we said, pretty self-motivated, and I probably wouldn't recommend it if you don't think you're someone like that, or if you're someone that probably needs more validation or needs to be engaged and have that face to face, like in a class. Uh, it's probably not gonna work as well because it's very easy to not do the work. No one's coming to save you, and they're not gonna be like, "Oh, I see you haven't been doing this, or you haven't been doing this, like, you're gonna fail if you don't do this." You just need to know. But I think that's for all uni. But I think more people should look into it as an option if you're someone that's tossing up between working or a gap year or uni. I would really recommend looking into it, but doing a bit of your own research to see if it has something that you want to look into. Because sometimes you just need to get that degree. That's what my mum always told me. She was always say like, "Oh, I wish I, like, finished uni." So, just to have it, obviously it's good to do the learning, but sometimes you just for a lot of people, it's just about having it written down on the resume. These last 2 questions are really, like, philosophical vibes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have an answer for them, but we'll see.
What's a small decision you made that ended up having a big impact on your life? I don't know, I feel like I've made lots of big decisions that have impacted my life in random ways, but I don't know if I've made any small decisions, so I guess I could say I think a big decision was deciding between going to Otago University and RMIT in Melbourne. I had my hall sorted, I had my course sorted, I had everything sorted to go to Otago, like, was looking at flights, and then I also had everything sorted for Melbourne, and spent 1 week I was going to Otago, the next week I was going to Melbourne, but the next week I wasn't even gonna go to uni at all. Oh, my poor parents. Oh, I put them through it, man. I decided to go to Melbourne, and then I went to Melbourne, didn't like it, and then came back to Auckland, and after I moved back to Auckland, Joe then moved to the UK. When I decided to move back to Auckland, I didn't know that he was gonna be moving to the UK. I think if I had gone to Otago, I probably would still be there. I would have been surrounded by my friends, I would have been close to home.
If you didn't go to Otago, then you wouldn't be in Birmingham right now. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So, I think that's probably the weirdest chain of events that happened within, like, the space of a year and was kind of
Yeah.
intense, but here we are. What about you?
Um, can't think of any small ones, but, like, the big one was probably, like, deciding to go pro because that meant I wouldn't go to college in the US, so that probably
Mm,
would've changed, like, a bunch of things, but yeah, no regrets with that, but yeah, that was probably my big life
yeah.
changer.
I think the biggest thing I've learnt from that is big decisions lead to big ups and downs, and
Mm,
you have to kind of be willing to get through those ups and downs. If you make the easy decision, a lot of the times your life will be easier and probably more steady. But if you make the harder decision sometimes, or what might be harder for you, then there'll be lots of highs and lower lows. Probably. Last question that we chose was what's something people might assume about you that is or isn't true?
ooh,
I feel like this is such a hard one. Like, it's so humbling. Like,
dang,
I don't
like,
want
I
to be
don't
like,
really
yeah,
know
people
what
might
people
assume this about me.
I don't know what people assume about me, I try and, like, literally shelter myself from that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I don't want to assume what people would assume about
yeah,
me.
I don't know what people assume about me.
People might assume that I have my shit together. and I don't.
Real, same.
Yeah, that's probably it. People might assume, I think some of the girls at work assume that I'm, like, very mature and, like, organized in my life because I moved countries at quite a young age, but I think it's a little bit more ignorance and just going for it than maturity and having it together. Like, I think I just kinda made the decision, it's like, "Ooh, let's do this, it might be fun," more than it wasn't really a mature, like obviously, partly it was, but you kind of have to be a little bit immature and dumb to make the decisions I have made.
But I feel like those are the best kind of decisions, like, and I feel like
Yeah.
it's been working out and now you're loving
Yeah!
Birmingham.
Yes, guys, I officially public service announcement. I was about to say love. Really like it here. Period. We're going into I've entered my autumn girl era, autumnal vibes.
Okay.
Apparently, it's actually a false early autumn though because of climate change, which is kind of sad. But I'm just loving it. I have my nice little warm coffees. It's getting a little bit chilly. Can get into some layering. Feels like my first proper autumn, and I feel really tragic that I'm really excited about a season. But Birmingham autumn is really doing it for me.
Love. Yay.
And I've been exploring a little bit around the West Midlands, taking a few little day trips, trying to make myself fall in love with the area. Did a little day trip to Leamington Spa, which was very cute. Drove past a castle and I was like, oh, let's stop and have a look in that castle. So really just in my you know, English countryside, a little bit sometimes in the city, sometimes
Soft
in the
girl
country,
era.
soft girl autumnal era. Yeah,
Love
that's what
it.
it's all about. Yeah.
Love, love, love.
And it feels a little bit tragic and granny, but like yesterday I was like, "Ooh, I really want to order some coloring books and pencils."
Honestly, that's the best. Do you have an iPad?
Yeah, look, yeah, I should just do it on my iPad.
Do it on your
Do I
iPad.
have an iPad, Millie Clegg? I'm an iPad
Okay.
girl.
Good.
I love my
iPad,
iPad.
good. Oh, yes,
iPad
you
is
do have
life.
one. I remember
iPad
your
is
iPad.
love, iPad is life.
I'm loving my jigsaw game on my iPad right now.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's really good. Love,
What
love.
era would you say you're in at the moment?
I think, honestly, unbothered, like, just very calm, composed, excited, 'cause I'm excited for summer as well, but just,
Yes!
like, peaceful, honestly. Not much going on, but it's good. It's
Well, I
nice.
really enjoyed all those embarrassing stories. That was really fun for me. It kind of, made me feel a little bit better about myself.
Same. But I also do feel bad. I'm sorry for some like, does sound traumatic, and I probably would have nightmares for a good few years after some of those.
And it did bring back the vibes of intermediate and early high school, of where I just did lots of embarrassing things that I've worked really hard not to keep me up at night. And it has brought those vibes back. So I'm not really sure if that one was a win, but
Yeah, but thank you to everyone who
yeah,
submitted
thanks for
a
putting them
story.
in. It was really entertaining for us.
Yes,
It means a lot. It really does mean a lot.
it really does, and we appreciate all the support and the contributions.
Hopefully, you guys haven't missed us too much. We've now transitioned to fortnightly episodes. We want to make sure that these episodes are the best for you guys and that we're not exhausted from work and football and uni
Yeah.
because we love making this and we want it to be fun and informative and exciting.
Trying to go for the quality over quantity.
Yeah, that's what we're all about. In the next couple of weeks, yeah, I'll be back in New Zealand, so be back on New Zealand time and we will see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.